Alright guys, we're going to be starting soon here in just a moment. Just bear with me as I get all of my chat stuff online. Nah, not doing a movie viewing yet, Charles. Trying to still see what I can do along the lines of that for a future stream, but as of right now, from what I've seen, I can do audio over, like, well, at least like a commentary, but I can't play any audio or video. At least not for YouTube. I'm not sure about Facebook or Twitch or anything like that. Yeah, I've noticed that with Facebook because I've seen a lot of watch parties with like movies and stuff like that on there. Even new movies. I think I saw Halloween 2018 while it was still in theaters on there. So I'm not sure exactly what the protocols is for that. But mostly I stream on YouTube, and now that I got Restream, I go across all other platforms, but YouTube is sort of my main platform that I stream on. So I'm trying to solely follow their guidelines and hope everything else follows suit with that. Hey Death, how you doing? Welcome back. See, we're going at it a little bit earlier than usual. I just got all the stuff for Ash, used up all my blood points on him, got up to like level 15, 16, and got a pretty good build on him. And see how it runs. No worries, Death. It was a bit of a later stream. Well, not even later, just longer stream than I normally do anyways, at least starting out. See how long this one goes, especially with moving along with this guy.
That's right. That's me, baby.
Oh yeah, Paris. I can't think of a better word to describe seeing that up there right now. Yeah, Charles, starting early on the game. As soon as I got Ash on here, I definitely had to jump on. Alright. Let's find a match. My advice, Charles, is look up a lot of tutorials on YouTube. That's pretty much what I did. For the most part, before I ended up upgrading my internet, I ended up having a lot of the requirements on the technological side, except the gaming PC. Once I ended up getting enough money for that, I got the gaming PC and pretty much all the software I already had. And I toyed around with editing software like Sony Vegas and a couple things here and there. That's how I do my YouTube videos, like the Dark Theory series. So when I do something like this, it's a little bit easier. Hey Ghost, how you doing? Welcome back. You know what, just for the hell of it, we're gonna put Ashy Slashy on there.
What now?
Alright, let's get into it. All good over here, Ghost. Finally got Ash in the game and ready to see him in action. Yeah, Charles, that might hinder things a bit. But it also depends on what kind of videos you're trying to do, whether you're trying to live stream or even just record. Because I've found that you can do some recording videos. I think before I got the PC I have now, I had HP Stream, which is pretty cheap. And you can, with the right settings, you can record video and then save it into a file and use video editing software later to sort of string everything together. So if you needed like something to do on the fly to get yourself used to it, you could probably do that. It is a bit choppy working with, and it takes forever for things to encode, but it does get your feet wet in it, especially for a first timer doing it. Yeah, Miss Junie, I'm definitely happy just even to hear his voice in the game. I'm hoping this is the start of even his own canon video game series, or possibly something in the future where we do see him come back live action wise. Alright, Death, I should see you when you come back. Hopefully I should be on for quite a bit. I'm definitely going to be trying to get Ash up to level 50. Right now he's at 16, so we'll see how it goes. Hey, Bruce. Well then, Hex ruin already. Oh shit, what the hell? How the hell did that happen? Hey. See you later, Death. Definitely, Junie. Like, if you even see some of Bruce Campbell's interviews before Ash vs. Evil Dead came out, he was very much saying that he was done with Ash. That it was never going to happen, he was never going to come back, or anything like that. Then there was talks of Evil Dead 4 coming. Taking my ass all the way over here. So I remember in quite a few interviews where Bruce did say that pretty much he's too old to be Ash. And then next thing you know, Ash vs. the Evil Dead comes out. Definitely missing self-care on Bruce on this one. Oh my gosh. Oh no. Yeah, Ghost, I got a couple of them. Just pretty much plotting them out, so to speak. There we go. Now we're cooking. Got Ashy Slashy inside the generator. Hopefully, can help repair some things too. His little chainsaw. They definitely played up on Ash being out of shape in this. You just hear him like wheezing. No, not to touch that gen yet. Coming for that save. Oh fuck. Oh. Oh, damn it, I hesitated. I was thinking about grabbing the pallet and then just hesitated. Hopefully that should give them more than enough time to get that generator done. Killmonger versus Batman. All depends if he has the armor on. Because as they said in the death battle fight between Black Panther and Batman, like Batman has nothing to really penetrate that kind of armor. But if you're talking Killmonger without the armor versus Batman, then definitely Batman.
That's right. That's me, baby.
I just seen your one comment, Miss Junie. I want to see a crossover with the remake too. Like, I think they set that up pretty well. looks like I'm gonna need more of a health kit than pretty much anything else as of right now. Like, I got my headphones on, I'm thinking I'm hearing someone screaming. It's actually the vacuum cleaner in the next room. I mean, a Friday the 13th team up kind of movie with like Creighton Duke and Tommy Jarvis, or even any number of the survivors like coming back hunting Jason. It's a cool concept in theory, but it's also, it can be very tricky because then you run the risk of very much making it a parody of itself and pretty much kind of diminishing the terror that Jason is supposed to be. Because, I mean, you could have them team up and fight against Jason, but you have to have where Jason is still scary and so much of a threat that if they both make it out alive, then they need to be extremely worse for wear. Hit Girl versus Robin. Which Robin? You talking Dick Grayson, Tim Drake, Damian Wayne? Because I think Hit Girl, with her being trained the way she is and being the killer that she is, she could probably take out a young Dick Grayson. She could probably take out a young Tim Drake. Jason Todd is a little bit more cockier as Robin, so she would probably use that to her advantage. Damian Wayne, however, he is a brutal, he can be brutal. Like, he can be brutal, and he is trained to kill. So, you don't know, like, something snapping him, he could kill Hit Girl. Plus, Damian Wayne was brought up in that environment since birth by the League of Assassins, or League of Shadows, whatever you want to call them. Hit Girl was trained at a young age, but not to the extent that Damian was. don't know, Miss Junie. That would be interesting to see, like the combination of the sack head and hockey mask. Like I would just imagine that Jason would get a hold of the mask that was split in half by Tina from Part 7, and using the sack from Part 2 to sort of try to hold it together, like sort of like gluing the sack to the mask itself, or even like some kind of like crude attachment where the sack gets sort of placed over the mask, or even the hockey mask gets placed over the sack and is like somehow attached to it, and like wearing both masks at once. I think they did something similar to that, Charles, in the comics with Ash, Freddy versus Jason versus Ash.
Groovy.
Let me change up my shirt here. There we go. Wanted to sort of differentiate myself a bit. How I'd make a sequel to the 2009 reboot. I mean, there's multiple ways you could go with that. I would still take from the original series and have it take place the same day or a couple of days later, where Jason crawls out of the lake injured, and I would take him and recreate the story from Higgins Haven, which I thought this movie, being a reboot, should have taken place at least Packanack, but they decided to more so go for a Higgins Haven-esque kind of setting. But to me, the setting was kind of flat. The characters in the movie were kind of flat. So I would study everything about parts 3 and 4, characters and setting wise, and trying to recreate that tone in a modern setting. That's nice, Miss Judy. Like, I definitely hope you get to make that. Like, anything Friday the 13th, I love. Even the bad movies. But if Victor Miller's signing off on it, then yeah, that's something I personally would love to see. No, I think, Charles, the comics sort of, at least to me when I read it, felt just like it was a lot of Easter eggs, a lot of callbacks to past films of all three franchises. I don't think there has been a movie where the slutty girl was actually the lead and the final girl. So, I mean, that's definitely a trope that can be turned on its head. Because nobody would really suspect that. I mean, Scream, you could make an argument, tried to play with that, with the whole virgin thing. With having Sydney. Come on, where are you at? Oh my gosh. I'm gonna go make this save because they're killing me with these skill checks. Stop moving. Check to be sure. Predator versus the Necromorph. I think with that, the Predator would likely... I would want to get the edge to the Predator just... Oh, shit. I'd want to get the edge to the Predator just because of the acidic blood. Oh, fuck. Yeah, I think the films should give us at least one reunion between Pamela and Jason on screen. Like, I personally would like to see that. Thank you. Let's get some more progress done. got the focusing going on, getting those great skill checks. Oh, not that time, spoke too soon. Oh, fuck. Ah, you bastard! Oh, here comes the Mori. I'm hoping Vic and Sean settle on something. The thing that intrigued me was Victor saying that he was willing to work on another Friday the 13th or even a remake, like redoing his script. That was something that was very interesting. Or even doing a prequel, I think he also said. Like a prequel to Friday the 13th from Victor Miller, I would love to see. Yeah, I've learned that too, Charles. Like when you're just doing music and pre-recorded videos to put on any kind of platform, that's easy. But once you start trying to live stream, as some people in my YouTube chat will tell you, that had to endure many, many test runs with my videos, that it was definitely a work in progress. Because you figure if Victor Miller came back to do a prequel, because he said he didn't want to do a sequel because he doesn't know the character Jason like that. Like, but he knows Pamela and he knows the story before part 1. So it would make sense, at least from what he said in his mind, to go that route and not try to do a Jason film. Although I personally think he could do it. Like, all I would let him watch, because I think he said he only watched maybe 1 or 2 of the sequels. I'd let him watch parts 2, 3, and 4 and let him have at it after that. As much as I love the other sequels, I throw part 5 in there because the tone was still the same in part 5. Once you get to part 6, it's a little bit more polished than I'd like. Part 7 got you back a little to that original tone, but not a whole lot, although that is still the best looking Jason that we got. Once we get to part 8, all the tone, everything was thrown out the window. Then you get the Jason Goes to Hell, which at the beginning had that Friday the 13th tone, and then quickly dove into something else and just threw it all away. Jason X it felt like more of a straight to video sci-fi movie. Back before, like, they could really, or even, I don't even say back before, it was like mostly what sci-fi has been known for, like really trashy B-movie kind of renditions of things. And Jason X felt a lot like that for me. Then Freddy vs. Jason was not only cartoony, but it was also super polished, which I did not like. There was no tone from Nightmare on Elm Street or Friday the 13th and that translated over. Like, I think the remake had the makings of trying to get that tone, but with the bad characters and being over polished in itself, lost it completely. Like, I don't mind stereotypical tropes of characters, like getting the asshole character, I think his name was Trent. But to me, when you're remaking Friday the 13th, especially when you're trying to condense the first 4 films into one, there was no real bitchy character in those movies. They were all extremely likable, they were all extremely friendly, and they were relatable, at least in my mind. But all the characters that they had on there, like, just a lot of it felt forced, like their interactions. And they focused a lot more on the nudity and sex, which, granted, is in the Friday the 13th movie, but not as gratuitous as in the remake. Unless you count going all the way up to, like, Jason Goes to Hell and stuff like that. That had gratuitous moments like that as well. Yeah, Charles, that's exactly what I mean. Like, when I watched it, way back when it first came out, I was like, shit, that's a Jason movie. I want to go see it. And I saw it, and I was happy at the time. Got to see a new Jason movie. But then when you sit back and see how it fits with the overall series, you can't. If you play the clip of Pamela talking to Alice, and then you play a clip, any clip from Jason X, and you just look at it like, how the hell did we get from here to here? And it just doesn't fit. I mean, definitely the makings are there, Miss Junie, to tie in the lores between the I think we're about to disconnect. Oh, okay, there we go. Yeah, there's a way you can tie in the TV show to the movies. Like, the only thing I remembered hearing how they were going to tie both together was at some point they were going to come across Jason's hockey mask, and that was going to be a cursed object. But I also remembered hating that idea just because Jason's mask isn't the source of his power. So it makes no sense to have it listed as, like, cursed. Huntress is staying close by. Everybody's running Hex Ruin. I think, Ghost, if I was to design Jason in a new movie, I would have to figure out first where I'm starting from. Like, if it's a sequel to Part 8, Part 9, Jason X, or something like that, that plays a great deal in it. But if I'm going off how I would design them for the sequel video I did a while back, I would use a design extremely similar to Part 7. Something that showcased every injury that he's ever gotten. Oh, people, get some progress done. Wow, what the hell is going on? Oh shit. We got a laggy person. I'm teleporting all over the place. What the fuck was that? What? Wait a minute. I'm hooked? I'm so confused right now. What kind of deviltry is this? Ah, 6'8" Jason would work in my mind. I just, if I would give you any one bit of advice, I would steer far away from the rendition of the Freddy vs. Jason movements and have him move more like Ted White and pretty much the Part 3 and 4 Jasons. Let him move naturally and more fluently. Don't let him walk like Frankenstein or anything like that. Yeah, you don't need Jason acting how Arnold did on there. Arnold, to me, on there, the way he was calculating reminded me more of Michael, if you're going to equate that to any of the slashers. Jason, I would just have your friend study parts 3 and 4 and capture those movements and just his overall aesthetic. Yeah, you can't go wrong with pretty much that.
All right.
I just realized you moved that closet thing. That thing wasn't designed to be moved. That'd be interesting, Charles, like having Jason land on an alien planet where he gets impregnated with a face hugger, like the Jason X Uber Jason, and having a hybrid of all like 3, like machine, man, and alien. The only thing is, I'm wondering if the chest burster comes out of Jason, would that be enough to kill him, which is unlikely. And for the chest burster that would come out once it hits adulthood, would it also carry the same curse that Jason has? Oh no, you're fine, Miss Junie. I'm all for it, making the slutty girl the final girl. Except the way I would do it is similar to Psycho. Have everyone believe that it's the wholesome girl that is your lead, focus on her for a good portion of the movie, and then about midway through kill her off and have the slutty girl actually as your final girl. I mean, he should have had a lot more success with that ghost. If Tiffany was helping Chucky go after Andy, then you would figure having both of them the way they both work together would have been pretty much ideal for him. I don't know how the hell she didn't see me. I'll take it. I mean, everything sounds interesting, Miss Junie. Like, I would like to see, like, that put the film. I mean, I'm interested in any rendition of anything. I have in my mind, like most fans do, like their own headcanon of how it should all happen. But I'm also not against alternate ideas that may go against my own. Oh, you bastard! You saw me that time. Oh shit! Stuck up behind me. Fucking shit. It's an interesting concept, like giving Tommy the Part 5 mask. Letting him use it against Jason. Come on, am I gonna get it? Help! Help! Oh, she slapped me right on the ass. Hey, Death, welcome back. Oh, shit. Everything. I forgot she laid down traps. Yeah, and Ghost, I think it's like midday, so like everyone's either on lunch break or anything like that. Alright, let me stop running, like trying to like rush through the game. Oh shit! Well then. I disagree. Oh, you bastard. Is that the second straight time I got moried? Oh, no, the other game was with the Huntress. That was terrible with the connection. What perks am I running as Ash? I got Urban Evasion, Tenacity, Flip Flop, and Boil Over. At least for now until I get my main perks that I like running.
Pay attention to me now. To me now.
Oh, it's no problem, Death. If anything, probably soon I'll take a quick break. Probably eat something and then come back later on. But still, the goal is to get Ash up to level 50. Yellow Lantern DBS Broly versus Green Lantern Cell. I'd probably say Broly. It seems like Broly overall would be more powerful and the ring would just amplify that. Especially if Cell shows any fear towards Broly's power, then that just further amplifies the power of the ring. That's interesting, Charles. I haven't read the books. I only know certain details that happened within the Jason X books, like where somehow he has a son and his mother possesses someone.
Oh, what now?
Superman versus One Punch Man. I think they did something of a video on that somewhere where One Punch Man actually beat Superman. Like, I watched the first episode of that and was meaning to watch everything else with it, like all the other seasons, at least that's out now, and just never made my way back around to it. I imagine the books are likely an easy read, especially if you're a fan of Jason. Because even the comics, all the ones that I have, both physical and digital, they were extremely easy reads. But I guess that goes along, like, if you're extremely interested in something like that, then learning new information or seeing a story play out on page is you create sort of images in your own mind to go with it that helps things carry along a bit easier. Kenshi from Mortal Kombat versus Zoro from One Piece. I have not actually watched One Piece, so I could not give you a definitive answer on that. Yeah, it's like with some sci-fi books, they try to get overtly clever, creating languages and other like made-up futuristic slang words that just sound weird for the most part. And it's mostly built off the success of things like Star Wars and Star Trek, where they've done the same thing and other people want to emulate that, so that way if something does catch fire, they, you know, like, look how in-depth my world is. With Friday the 13th, you don't need that. Especially because from what I remember, they don't really have any alien races in Friday the 13th. At least as far as like the Jason X books. I could be wrong, but I would have assumed, at least in the movie, they would have mentioned something with that. Hey, what's up, Vocable? How you doing? Yeah, I remember you. What's the most powerful Pinhead, like his strongest feats or something? I think the strongest version of Pinhead would likely be in the books, where he was able to kill Lucifer. I think he died afterwards, but he was able to kill Lucifer, which is a pretty strong definitive feat. I would probably say with that ghost, you'd probably be Black Panther and Killmonger. Especially if they're wearing the armor. Even out of the armor, I think they would be able to take out both Robins. Oh my gosh, everyone keeps disconnecting.
What now?
change some stuff up. Do it like this. Make Ash comfy.
What now?
Now let's get into a game finally. Oh no, Death, it's hard to say because we haven't seen what Friday the 13th's rendition of the devil can actually do. We also didn't see that with Hellraiser, but I mean we get a good sense of it because I mean with Hellraiser in the books is for the most part you get an in-depth look at things and how things operate and how powerful certain beings are. But I would imagine from anyone's perspective, just saying that Pinhead killed Lucifer and Jason killed the devil, like you could probably make an argument that they're both on the same tier at that point. But it's hard to say because we've seen what Pinhead can do in live action. We haven't seen what Savini Jason can do in live action. I think with that ghost, I'm inclined to go with Ben Reilly. Yeah, like Savini Jason being someone that would have killed the devil and took his pitchfork and essentially become god tier at that point. I mean, I can see why you would put them on the same levels, but it's hard to say. Like I'd love to see Savini Jason in a movie. But I have a feeling as far as a movie might go, you may run into Jason Goes to Hell-esque kind of issues. Oh, where are you at? That ain't nice. Just going around throwing up on everything. Like, seriously, I was gonna use that. Touch it. Oh. Oh, man. Oh, man. I kind of want to say Black Spider, but that goes. I mean, I could be wrong. I'm not as up with Black Tarantula's feats or anything, but from what I know of him, I kind of like Black Spider in that fight. There we go. Son of a bitch. Dude, she is like everywhere. Oh shit, the door's closed! Ah, she cut me off at the pass. Ruby versus Part 7 Jason. That's an interesting fight. I'd want to say probably Ruby, just because of her power set. If we're talking fully powered Ruby, because I think it took the dark ones to actually kill her, and Jason would need the Kandarian dagger, I think, in order to do so as well. Tombstone versus Solomon Grundy. I'd want to say Solomon Grundy. Like, that seems like probably the shit. Seems like probably the right choice between the two. Ruby from Ash versus Evil Dead Vocable. Unless you're asking the same question that I was asking, like which version of her. It's amazing we haven't gotten not one generator done yet. And it's mostly like she's just been superb with her patrolling. Oh, and hex throwing on top of that. That's why. Not messing around with her on that. Nice. Sub-Zero versus Killer Frost. Sub-Zero, without a doubt. Chucky versus Part 7 Tina. I'd want to say Tina just because I have a feeling Tina's powers would alert her to Chucky, giving her some kind of vision. Oh, that's a good question, Charles. Like, which version of Killer Frost are you talking about? Like the good version or the bad version? Oh, wow. Where the hell, man?
Hey! Oh! Ah!
Oh, the evil version. Yeah, Charles, I'm on YouTube right now as well. you got overcharged, you sneaky bastard. I'm coming for you. Oh shit! Scorpion versus Heat Blast. Not sure who Heat Blast is. I don't think I've heard of them before. Nice. Oh, I didn't get sick. Yeah, Charles. Give me one moment. Let me link it in the chat. Alright, I did put it up there. Let me know if it pops up. Part 2, Jason versus Roy Burns. I think a lot of Jason purists would want to go with Jason, but I think Roy is probably going to win that fight. Oh shit! I thought she didn't see me. Let me go into my actual Facebook and put it on there myself. For some reason it hit all my other platforms except Facebook. Hey Kenobi, how you doing? It's playing well so far. I mean, I haven't survived the round with him yet, but I'm loving playing with him. So yeah, corrupt intervention, X ruin, nurses calling, and overcharge. Definitely is a very effective build. Alright, there you go, Charles. I put it in there.
Look who's shitting in the tall grass.
Completely agree, Kenobi. Like $5 for Ash is nothing. I even went along and bought all the clothing pack for him too. I could have probably have done it with all the shards and all that, but nah, this is Bruce Campbell. We're going all out for him. Hey, Toxic Venom, how you doing? Harry Warden versus Roy Burns. I'm kind of inclined to go with Roy on that. Like, I like Harry Warden, but Roy Burns just has a special place for me. My dailies. Figure if they're gonna give you dailies on the release of Ash, that they would give you Ash dailies. Spawn versus Ghost Rider. That's a tough one. Because would the Penance Stare actually work against Spawn? Part 4, Jason versus Harry Warden. See, being the Jason fan, I'm instantly going towards Part 4 Jason with that. Not saying Harry Warden's any kind of like a slouch or anything of that nature. What are you like hammering in there?
No, I had to like smack thingy to get this back wall. Doing home improvements.
I see.
It's not going so well.
I can see that as well. Oh, okay. I see Toxic Venom is Charles. Okay, I see you. Yeah, sorry. I just put all that together. Oh, nice. I'm assuming you got your music on your YouTube page? Or channel, rather?
Groovy.
Alright, let me get Ash back in his clothes. There we go. It's a little bit more stealthy.